And the last thing I'll talk about in terms of the World Cup, we had Germany versus Paraguay and Netherlands versus Morocco. Now, I want you to take a look at this picture. This is the German team in 2006. What do you notice? What do you notice? Oh, it's all Germans. Oh, great. So the German team, the Germany soccer team, which was known for being a massive powerhouse for years, when they're mostly German, they won so many victories. They won so many close games. Now look at them now. This is them now. This is a pretty pixelated picture, but what do you notice? Why are there a bunch of Muslims and Africans on the team? Now you look at Paraguay, and you tell me which team looks more unified and looks like an actual people. Tell me. This team with a bunch of Muslims, Arabs, and Africans with Germans versus these Paraguay soccer players. I think everyone if you're being honest and not being dishonest, you're going to say the Paraguay team looks more like a unified national team. The German team looks like they don't know what country they are. They don't know what identity that they have. It's just they pick and choose from people from all parts of the world. Is that even a country? Are you even a nation at that point? No. Meanwhile, Paraguay, you know that most of Latin America is, yes, like they're Hispanic, but they're basically a new race that was created from indigenous natives and Europeans mixing. But they look more homogenous. They look more unified. And so this is what people are talking about. People's like, is importing hordes of third world migrants and saying that we need to have diversity on the world stage in our sports, in our education, in our politics, in every sector of society. Is it worth it? Well, here's Germany's World Cup record the last 60 years. 1966, runner-up, 70, semifinals, 74, winners, 78, quarterfinals, 82, runners-up, 86, runners-up, 90, winners, 94, quarterfinals, 98, quarterfinals, 2002, runners-up, 2006, 2002, runners-up, 2006, semifinals, 2010, semifinals, 2012, winners, 2018, group stage, 2022, group stage, 2026, last 32. Literally, since 1966, Germany was always, like, think of how insane that is. They're always, at least in the quarterfinals. They won a bunch, and they were the runner-up in 66, 82, 86, 2002. They won in 90, in 74, 2014. I mean, they have always been a powerhouse in soccer in the last 80 years. 80 years. They were known for being an incredible soccer team. And like we showed you with the 2006 team, with Germans. With Germans. And then the justification always for allowing for mass immigration from the third world. Oh, we're getting the best and brightest. We're getting the best and brightest. Well, did we get the best and brightest? One of the penalty kick shootout players on the German team was an African. He missed the goal completely. Are we getting the best and brightest? I don't think so. It's clear that when the German soccer team was Germans only and not these Muslim Arabs and not these black Africans, they did better. And then as they've become more diverse, they've done worse. Am I saying that, Africans and Arabs are inherently worse than black people at soccer? No. But I think this speaks to a broader point that even the liberals, when they say, hey, we need to import third worlders in order to win, that's not even a justification anymore. So what is your justification for destroying and losing your country at this point? There is none. There is none. It's not even helping you to win soccer games. It's actually making you lose. Let's not play this. We're going to get copyrighted. So What is the justification? Literally, remember in the World Cup in 2014, winning against Brazil? They won 7-1. They absolutely demolished Brazil. Germany was known for their absolute dominance on the world stage in soccer when they were all German. And as you diversified the German team, it's actually not gotten better. So at this point, what is the justification? There is no justification at this point now for allowing mass foreigners to invade your country and losing your home. Because the thing is, when it comes to national soccer and just national sports in general, people who have a tie to their home and tie to the people for generations, they feel a pride and an intrinsic visceral sense of belonging, that they represent their team, that they represent their people, their entire nation. They put the nation on their shoulders. Meanwhile, do foreigners feel the same way? No, they don't. They don't. We all know this. That foreigners, that they come and they play for whatever team gives them playing time. And yes, they don't like to lose. They want to win. But what are they winning for? Are they really winning for the German people? For the German homeland? For the nation of Germany? For the people of Germany? No. They're doing it for themselves. And a lot of times they do it so that, and they still have allegiance back to their ancestral homelands, somewhere in Africa or in the Middle East. So the more that you get away from the native citizens representing your country on the world stage, yeah, the level of play will drop, because those Africans and those Muslims don't have an inherent tie, something that ties them, roots them to the land of Germany, to the people of Germany. They're different. So the stakes are lower for them, and there's not as much urgency, because they're not inherently tied to the people and to the land. And so the teams that typically win at the World Cup have a strong sense of identity. This is incontrovertibly true. And so it's really national pride, and full national pride leads to camaraderie among the team, which leads to strength and a oneness and a unification among the team. But if everyone's different, they have come from different backgrounds and they have different priorities, then yes, you won't be unified as a team. You won't be as strong as a team, and the level will go down. So if you don't have ethnic and cultural ties to a nation, you don't have ancestral ties to a people and a nation, yeah, you can't expect them to play their best. You can't. So then, was it worth it? We had this happen just yesterday. Authorities revealed that the man who shot 6 people dead at a youth welfare facility in Stade, Germany, has German citizenship, but his parents immigrated to Germany from Turkey. So it's a German citizen, but a Turkish man shot 6 people dead in Germany. Are these crimes worth it? Is the absolute squalor in the Muslim horde, the rape gangs, is that all worth it? And at the end, you're going to lose your soccer game, and the quality of your soccer has gone down tremendously the past few decades, the past decade. This happened in Netherlands too. Look at the Netherlands, okay? So they went to a penalty shootout also with Morocco. It was 1-1. And then who's the one who missed the shots, and who are the ones who hit the penalty shootouts? No, the penalty kicks. It is the non-Dutch, the Africans who missed, and it is the Dutch, the native Dutch, who scored. There is no excuse for mass immigration anymore. At least they were saying for a while, okay, we need the best and brightest from Africa and from the third world to be the best. We want the best and brightest. Meritocracy. Okay, well, they're not even the best and brightest, and they're losing. They're costing them games. So now what's What is your reasoning? What is your justification for losing your home? This is what the Netherlands teams looks like. If you can enlarge it. Look at this. What country does this look like? If you didn't know that this was a Netherlands team, what country would you think this looks like? You'd probably say like South Africa because it's like South Africa has white people and black people. But the Netherlands never had black people who can tie their ancestry back to the Dutch and the Netherlands. But they're being overrun by third worlders and Africans for what? They lost. And the 3 people who missed their penalty kicks were Africans of African descent. And then what happens after Morocco wins and the Netherlands loses? You would think that the Netherlands would be sad. They'd be depressed. Oh, we lost. No. You have on the streets Moroccan immigrants and third worlders cheering and rioting on the streets because they won. Just absolute pandemonium on the streets of Netherlands. This is in their capital. Look at all of these Moroccans. Look at all those third worlders on the streets, running around, wreaking havoc. This is in Hague or Hague, their capital. Look at this video. Look, what flag are they waving? They're not waving the Netherlands flag. They're all wearing red because they're all Moroccan fans because they're Moroccan. I think that's also a Palestine flag, I think. I don't know. Yeah, it's a Palestine flag. At this point, if you don't understand what's going on, like your home will be toast. You will lose your home. Unironically, I actually value diversity. I want the Netherlands to be for the Dutch. I want Germany to be for Germans, but I also want Morocco to be for Moroccans. I want Nigeria to be for Nigerians. Like, I have no problem with that. And actually, I would have a problem if the entire Congo soccer team, national soccer team, were Koreans. Do I hate Koreans now? No, I love my people. I would have a problem if the entire Japanese soccer team was white. Like I said, I have a problem with Jen Kastrup representing Korea on the world stage, even if he's half Korean. His name's not Korean, doesn't speak Korean. He was born and raised in Germany. He represented Germany. Nationality is not something you can just pick and choose out of your own convenience. Nationality is a core part of your identity, where you come from, your ancestry, your roots. That is nationality. It's not something you can just pick and choose. Whatever's convenient for you or for your soccer team. So we have to ask yourselves, and Europeans, white people, and now increasingly Koreans and Japanese, you need to ask yourself, are the rapes, the gang rapes, the crime, the degeneracy, the foreign invaders desecrating your God and your history, overtaking your country, making your country unrecognizable, you losing your home, is that all worth it to virtue signal about how good of a person you are? Are your daughters being sold and trafficked and gang raped by these Muslim gangs? Your father being nearly beheaded on the streets of Belfast, Ireland. Henry Noack being stabbed in the heart by a sick man and being left to die because he was accused of racism. Is that all worth it so that you can virtue signal about tolerance and diversity and multiculturalism? You're not even winning sports games at this point. You're not winning. There's no justification any longer Take back your countries. So the World Cup is a microcosm of what's happening in politics. You even see a lot of black people online and on Instagram Reels and on TikTok say, watching the World Cup, and it's just, black N-words go against black N-words. What? What's going on here? Even black people are noticing this, that, hey, the more that you allow for diversity, quote unquote, in your own countries and mass immigration, you lose diversity on the world stage. So I want Koreans to represent Korea, but I want Germans to represent Germany. I want the Dutch to represent the Netherlands. And America is different because, yes, America at its founding had white Anglo-Saxon Protestants and West Africans and a small cohort of West Africans. And that is the founding fabric of America. So America's different. So I'm not saying that black people can't be on America's team, because black people have always been part of America's history and founding. But what I am saying is that they weren't part of French history until very recently. And then the entire French soccer team is black now. They're all African. So you just have Africans in a different country go against Africans in another country. And that is the trajectory of global international sports competitions. At that point, there's no point in winning anymore, because now you just import foreigners to win on behalf of you. Okay, you lost. Maybe you win, but they're not even winning, by the way. But maybe you win. Let's say you win, because you import a mass amount of foreigners to win for you on behalf of your country. Well, your country is lost, so you lost. You've been invaded, and you're losing you lose your heritage and your national identity. So, all that being said, World Cup is fun to watch. We will continue to cheer on America. America plays tomorrow against, it's a long name, I forgot the country. But yeah, America plays tomorrow. So we'll cheer on America because we love America, and America must win. And I think it would be the greatest thing if America won this World Cup on the 250th birthday of America. But let's continue to advocate for our countries. Wake up. Do not be psyoped into thinking that you're a hateful person to want to preserve your country for your people, because a nation is first and foremost its people. You replace the people, you lose the nation.